Welcome, Never-Betters, to my YouTube channel. I'm Susan, and this is Buddy Sherman. We are so grateful you're here. So today I've prepared a 1-hour Power Vinyasa Flow yoga class for you, all about movement and message. In the flow, we're going to move in and out of different variations of chair pose. The message is about resolving the stirrings of the mind. I hope you enjoy. If you like what you see, hit that thumbs up, push the bell for future notifications, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Now let's get after the best version of you today. If you follow me at Never Better Yoga on Spotify, we're going to find today's playlist under the date, and then we're going to go ahead and push that start button all together right now. Then come with me. We're going to come right into child's pose. So let your knees go nice and wide. Let your big toes track together. So this is going to give you some opening in your hips right from the beginning of your practice. And then just lengthen your arms out in front of your body. Now, if that does not serve you, know that you can stack your fists and rest your forehead upon your fists, or maybe even elevate the earth with a block or some sort of prop. But when you get there, just start to settle in. Finding a release of sorts of any kind of angst or worry, anything that it took for you to get here today. Just let it begin to dissipate. Bringing the focus of your mind in towards your breath. If your arms are extended, find a hollow activation in your armpits as you really press your palms into your mat. Lift your hips and your forehead up. Walk your hands all the way off of your mat to the right side. And bring the focus of your mind into the left rib cage. Very specifically, those intercostal muscles in between your ribs. Can you expand the space with your breath? Lift back up, walk all the way over to the left. Let your breath be heard by you. Our breath is to energize our practice, energize our heart, mind, body, and soul, not to deplete it. So there's a very smooth cadence to your breath. A little constriction on the back of your throat. The Ujjayi pranayama breath. Travel back to the center. And then walk your hands back towards your body as you lift up to stack your shoulders over the wrists, coming into a little cat and cow. Round your back, tuck your chin. And then inhale as you arch the back and tilt the tail up. Exhale, push the earth away, pull your navel into your spine. When you look back, if you can see your shins or your feet or your ankles, see if you can hide them behind your quads. Inhale and arch. Now, hear your own breath. Exhale, push the earth away. Inhale, soften and melt. Couple more times. Exhale with your Surya Hasta Sun hands pressing down, navel into spine. Inhale and arch. One last time, really pushing the earth away. A lot of pushing away as you pull your navel in. And then that melting of your heart as you soften and tip your tail up. Now tuck your toes under. Flip your hands all the way around, but bring them towards your knees. And I just want you to take a gentle shift forward and back. So you're going to lift the heel of your hands off the mat, but keep the knuckle base grounded and rooted. So you're just going back and forth. This is a nice warm up for your wrists, for your hands, for your forearms. We do a lot of things with this part of our body. We type, we text, we drive. So just find that smooth shift of a forward and backward motion. And then you pull your elbows in towards your ribs, towards your thighs, even drawing your head and chin in. So when you rock back, make a cat. When you come forward, make a little cow. Doing the same motion with the heel of your hands lifting. Just a couple more. Breathing all the while in and out through your nose, and then rock back, hips to heels, and take an old-fashioned wrist stretch. Take the right hand on the left four fingers, pulling your fingers back towards your body. Now reverse that other side. Left hand takes the right four fingers to pull back, getting a nice additional stretch on that right forearm. And then as you come back to the center, intertwine your hands, and I want you to circle them around as you lift your hips up off your heels. Rise all the way up. You're on your knees and shins, and then come back down. Do that one more time. Circle the hands around, rise up, hips off heels, and then come back down. Now take both arms up, even create a little V shape. Brush and sweep your hands as you tap your forehead down, activating your core. As you rise up, lift off, hips off heels, V the arms, look up, maybe even point your toes. Exhale, brush and sweep, bow down. Inhale, rise up, breathe in, V the arms, look up. Do that again. Exhale, brush and sweep away any static in the attic. Inhale, rise up, breathing, create that V. Two more times. Exhale, brush and sweep. Inhale, lift and rise like coming right up out of the water. Exhale, brush and sweep, bow down. Inhale, rise up. This time, stay up. Take the right hand to the left wrist while you're on your knees and shins and lift up and over to the right. Come back to the center, reverse it. Left hand, right wrist, lean up and over to the left. Now collect your hands behind your body, hug your inner thighs in, slide your hands down your back body, look up. Release your hands to the mat. Levitate your left leg out. Tuck your right toes under. Rock your hips towards your heels and then stretch your arms in the opposite direction. So this is a little modified version of Anatasana heart melting pose. Just knowing that love enters through your back body and is released out the front. Now walk your hands back so they're beneath your shoulders. Peel the left arm up. Left leg is long, left arm lifts. Now exhale, sneak dive underneath for a twist. Yeah, let the left hand walk over to the right side of the house, tent the right finger pads, and dive underneath. Now come back around, push yourself, press yourself back up, walk your hands up the right thigh, sweep your arms out and up, slide the left hand down the left thigh, right arm up and over, Parigasana gate pose. Now take the right hand into your imaginary back pocket, left arm lifts, lift up and back. Now, as you place your hands back down on your mat, let the left leg draw in. Extend the right leg long, right out to the side. Tuck your left toes under. Drop your hips towards your left heel as you extend your arms out in front. So if you can keep the arms lifted and very active, but allow your heart to melt towards the earth. Breathe. Now walk your hands back so you can push yourself back up, hands beneath your shoulders. Peel the right arm up. You might even take a sneak peek at the right thumb. Now dive underneath for the twist. Let the left finger pads tense. Let your right temple come down. Breathe. Come back up. Walk your hands right up the left thigh. Sweep your arms out and up. Slide your right hand down the right thigh. Left arm up and over. Parigasana gate pose. Slip the left hand in your imaginary back pocket. Right arm, bicep by cheekbone, lift up and back. Stretch the front body, soften your face, allow the neck to lengthen. Now come back onto all fours, shift your shoulders over your wrists, bend your arms, go chin, chest, belly to land prone, which means your face, chin, feet, shoelace side, bringing your arms to a T. They're going to extend right out of your shoulders. Bend the right leg. Pull the right hand in as you bend the right arm. Tent the finger pads. Propel yourself up onto the left hip. Maybe the right foot is like a kickstand. And then option to swing the right arm back to open up the front body. Maybe catch hand and foot. And then bring it back around. Let the transitions be nice and slow, nice and smooth. Bend the left leg. Bend the left arm, tenting the finger pads. Press down, press as you roll onto the right hip. Left arm might sweep up and back as the front body opens. Breathe. Beautiful options. Maybe you catch hand and foot. So today, our final class in our series, the Yoga Sutras of Patanjali. Come back to your belly, but this time bring your forearms down to come into Sphinx pose. So your toes are still pointed, shoelace side, forearms are down. Visualize pulling your forearms towards you as you open the front body. You might even wiggle your hips around a little bit. Now lower the chin back down. We're going to focus today on one of the most popular sutras. Let the heart lift. Breathe in. It's called Yoga's Chitta, meaning mind, Vritta, meaning movements, and Nirodha, meaning still. Yoga resolves the stirrings of the mind. Lower your chin back down. And this time, maybe baby seal, where you lift your elbows up, or come back to another sphinx. But I want you to hold, stilling the mind. The mind. Our soul is comprised of our mind, our will, and our emotions. We do have choice to still it. Lower your chin back down. Take your hands alongside your body. Palms down, feet down, chin down, and rise it all up. Shalambhasana. So a little flying action, flaring your toes out, really spreading your fingers nice and wide as you lengthen the front of your body. Release your hands by your ribs, tuck your toes under, and rock your hips up and back to downward facing dog. Adho Mukha Svanasana. Now you might have to adjust a little bit. So this is our home base pose. Pedal through your feet, pressing your heels back behind your second and third toe. It's kind of like moving through taffy. No rush, jerky movements, just smooth cadence of your breath. Maybe shifting your hips, breathing all the while. Then hold up, levitate your right leg up, roll open at the hip. Let the right knee come to the right tricep, lower down to the right wrist. Windshield wipe over to the left wrist. Pull that right knee up to the left tricep. Stretch and swing the right leg back. Roll open at the hip. Do that again. Inner knee high on the upper right tricep. Lower it down to the wrist. Windshield wipe it over to the left wrist. Pull it in and up to the left tricep. Sweep it up and back. Roll open at the hip. Draw your right knee right in toward your forehead. Look forward, step the right foot in between your hands. Let the left knee dip. Collect your hands in that Kali Mudra style as the arms rise up. Now sweep the right hand down, left arm up and over for a side bend. Reverse it, left hand down, right arm makes that circular motion. You might even look up and under the right arm. Come back to frame the right leg, tuck the left toes under, rock your hips back, pyramid pose. So you might have to adjust your feet a little bit. They are on tracks of train, not a tightrope. You could keep a bend in the front knee. You could keep the back heel lifted, but lengthen the spine, halfway lift. Exhale, fold on down. Plugging that right femur bone, finding a nice lengthening stretch on the right hamstring. Now soften the right knee, float up, L-shape pose. Let the left seam of your inner thigh lift. Look back at your left pinky toe. Is it facing down? And then point the left toes, lift the left leg up,
and open up at the hip as you walk your hands way over to the right. So a nice long line of energy from your left pinky finger to your left pinky toe. Now come back and pull the left knee in toward your nose. Set it next to the right. Come to Utkatasana chair pose. Now, kind of like we were on our knees, but this time take a little bounce, a brush and a sweep, and a stand up, hooking your thumbs, expanding the front body. Exhale, brush and sweep. Inhale, open up. Do it again. Exhale, brush, sweep away, sweep the closet clean. Any static in the attic, in the mind, brush and sweep. Rise up, hook the thumbs. Now collect your hands at heart center. Dive right over your legs. Heel toe your feet apart. And go ahead and come in to ragdoll. So you're going to go ahead and capture one hand on each bicep and ignite a little shift side to side. A little sway. Keep drawing your navel into your spine to protect your lower back. Soften your face. So yoga resolves the stirrings of our mind. So hold up in the center, refusing to take on any stinking thinking, any negative thoughts. Shake out of your head anything that could hinder your practice. Any doubt, any self-rejection, let it spill right out onto your mat. And draw physically the shaking forward and back of your head with that knowingness that you are exactly where you belong. No coincidence you are here. Release your hands down. Heel toe your feet all the way together. Take a halfway lift. Ardha Uttanasana. Breathe in. Exhale, breathe out. Pull yourself together. Root to rise. Come on up to standing. Breathe in. Hands to heart center. Close your eyes. Draw your chin to your chest. Breathe out. Now, should you have a purpose, finding stillness right here and now, knowing that you have everything you need. You are enough, you have enough, and you do enough. Try that on for size. So if you have a purpose you'd like to bring to your practice today, go ahead and seal it right into your heart, that Anjali Mudra, that hand gesture, that prayer style hands as you seal your intention, your wish, your prayer right into your heart, brings purpose to your practice. Once you have it, offer it up, breathe in, swan dive down over your legs, breathe out. Inhale and lengthen, step back to a high plank pose. From your high plank, lower down to a low push-up. Come back up, take your hips up and back, down dog. Peel your heels up, shift back to high plank. Drop your knees, go chin, chest, belly. Slither down to your mat, retract your shoulders. Maybe up dog, palms of hands, tops of feet. Exhale, hips up and back, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Elevate your left leg up in your down dog. Roll open at the hip, but be mindful of keeping balance in your arms. Not more weight in one than the other. Equal amounts of weight distributed. Now, exhale left, upper knee to upper tricep. Lower it down to the left wrist. Windshield, wipe it over to the right wrist. Work the oblique, right tricep. Swing the left leg up and back roll open at the hip. Do that again. Exhale, inner knee, upper left tricep. Lower it down to the wrist. Windshield wipe it over, pull it in and up, swing it up and back, roll open at the hip. Stay right here, drawing that right hip back, flare your left toes out. Now exhale, left knee right into your nose, round your back, tuck your chin. Step it forward, dip the right knee down. Offer your arms up in that Kali Mudra style. Index fingers together, hands laced, arms rise, hips dip. Now let the left finger pads come down, right arm up and over for a side bend. Now reverse it. Circle the left arm around, right hand down. Come back to the center, frame the left leg, pop the right kneecap up, draw up and back, pyramid pose. Take a halfway lift, legs on tracks of train, exhale, fold on down, give yourself some space. Maybe you keep a soft bend in the left leg, maybe the right heel is lifted. Now look at the left big toe, float up, L shape. Now look at the right pinky toe. Is there balance in your sacrum, like you could literally set a plate and it would hold? Now point the right toes, walk your hands off to the left and open the right hip up. Should feel good from your right pinky finger to your right pinky toe. Breathe. Walk back to that L shape. Exhale, right knee to nose. Set the right foot next to the left. Come to thunderbolt chair pose. Exhale, brush and sweep with a little pulse, a little bounce, and then open up. Keep that going. Dive down, brush and sweep away any cobwebs, any static in the attic. We have more choice than we think we do about what we think about. We have as many as 60,000 thoughts a day. And we do get to choose. We can't always choose what thoughts come in, but we do get to choose how long they stay. A negative thought can be spread to 18 people very quickly, whereas a positive thought only gets usually told to 1 to 18 ratio. Let's make that 1 18 and reverse it. Sweep away the negative, open up to the positive. Think on things that are good. Do 2 more. Brush away the negative, let it go. Open up to the good, the truth, what's pure, what's lovely. And then hold up top, open up, breathe. Exhale, hands to heart center, dive right over your legs. Hinge, bend, and fold. Vinyasa flow. Inhale and lengthen. Step or float your body back. Take it through Vinyasa. Heart lifts. Exhale, hips dive. Up and back, down dog. Now moving on. Right leg lifts. Roll open at the hip. Bend the knee, flex the foot, spread the toes. Exhale, right inner knee, upper tricep. Lower it down to the wrist. Windshield wipe it up and over. Pull it up to the right tricep or the left. Shoot the right foot out. Fall in triangle. Left arm up and then overhead. Beautiful. Breathe. Somebody breathe. Now, left hand down. Flip that flow. or stay right there. Come around, wild thing, turning your body inside out, or staying in three-legged dog. Bring it around, kiss your right kneecap. This time, step it up, high lunge, crescent lunge. Find stability as your legs again are on tracks of train. Elevate your arms up. Now reach your fingertips forward, float up, L shape. Let the upper body cascade down. Exhale, left knee to nose, step it to the right foot, chair pose. Collect your hands at the center of your heart. Wring it out, left upper arm outside the right front thigh. Look down at your feet. Stay steady and stable, balancing on the right foot. Lift the left heel up. Stretch it way back. Let the left leg land, twisted crescent. Bring it up and around, slow you go, second warrior. Beautiful. Turn it in to stargazer, heels in, toes out, gaze up. Jiva lunge, back of the house. Collect your hands at heart center. Maybe it's a higher version. Maybe you go down lower. You choose, you decide. Spin around to the back of the house. Modified revolved lunge. From your modified revolved lunge, left arm reaches back, right arm lifts up. Left hand behind the right hamstring. Arc up and back, exalted. Collect your hands, right elbow outside the left thigh. All the way around, up and around, warrior two, front of the house. Woo, there you go. Beautiful transition. Flip the right palm, toss that ball up, peaceful warrior. Pinwheel your hands down. Move your body through vinyasa. Let the heart lift. Exhale, hips. Dive up and back. Adho Mukha. Svanasana. Hold up in your down dog. Breathe. Maybe you elevate your heels and just press through a little bit. On the third breath, I want to hear a lion's breath, audible sigh out. Here we go. Breathe in. Audible breath out. Yes, clear that path purposefully through your breath. Let the left leg lift. Roll open at the hip. Exhale, inner knee, upper left tricep. Lower it down to the left wrist. Windshield, wipe it over to the right. Pull it in and up. Stretch it up and back. Roll open at the hip. Left knee dives under. Shoot it out. Fallen triangle. Right arm up and over. Right hand down, bend the left leg. Come back to three-legged down dog with a bent left leg, or option to flip inside out. Wild thing, getting the right shoulder to stack over the right wrist and turning your body inside out. Just an option. Left arm lifts up. Bring it back around and kiss your left kneecap. Step it up, crescent lunge, high lunge, breathe in. Float up, L shape. Exhale, right knee to nose. Step it next to the left, chair pose. Collect your hands, lighten up the toes, draw the sit bones back, wring it out. Right upper arm on the outside of the left front thigh. Now look down at your toes. Go ahead and pick up the right heel. Stretch the right leg back, stable and steady. Let the right leg land back on its own track of train. And then up and around, second warrior. Breathe. Beautiful. Turn it into stargazer. Heels in, toes out. Gaze up. Jiva lunge, back of the house, hands to heart center. Maybe left toes come up. Maybe your hips are a little higher to the outer edge of the left foot. Pivot around, modified revolve lunge at the back of your mat. Reach the right arm back, lift the left arm up, parting the arms in crescent. Exalted, right hand behind the left, arc up and back. The seam of the left inner thigh lifts, twist it out. Left upper arm on the outside of the right front thigh. Up and around you go. Second warrior to the front of the house. Flip the left palm, reverse. Pinwheel your hands down. Let it go, let it flow. Your style of vinyasa. Maybe you lift up. You choose. You decide. Let the heart lift. Exhale, hips up and back. Down dog. Right leg lifts. Roll open at the hip. Inner knee, upper arm. We're going to switch it up a little. Windshield wipe the right knee to the left upper arm. Shoot it out. Fall in triangle. Left arm up and over. One breath, one move. Left hand down. Full sweep up and around. Wild thing or three-legged dog. Inhale. Bring it around. Exhale. Kiss your right knee. Step it up. Crescent lunge. Rise up. Vritta. Meaning circle. Float up. L shape. Exhale. Left knee in. Step it next to the right. Chair pose. Hands to heart center. Wring it out. Left upper arm outside the right front thigh. Look down to pull the left heel in. Set it down. Step it way back. Up and around. Second warrior. Buddha says nothing can harm you as much as your own thoughts unguarded. Turn it in to stargazer. Heels in, toes out, gaze up. Turn it into Jiva lunge. Back leg bends. Spin it around to the back of the house. Modified revolve lunge. Rise up. Right hand forward. Left hand back. Left hand behind the right hamstring. Exalt it. Wring it out and twist. Right upper arm on the outside of that left front thigh. Up and around you go. Circle it around. Second warrior to the front of the house. Toss that ball peaceful. Pinwheel your hands down. You choose the vinyasa style. You could always take it out. Just meet back in down dog. Hold up when you get there. Samavriti, smooth out your breath. By choice, replace any of that stinking thinking, any of those negative thoughts with good thoughts. It's like holding on to the clicker of the TV. You can switch the channel by choice. We become what we think about. Let's make it good stuff. And then surround yourself with people who support you, who lift you up. Any of the people in your life that continually drain you and take from you, maybe you just don't go around as often and stay as long. Left leg lifts, roll open at the hip. Inner knee, upper tricep on the left. Windshield, wipe it over to the right. Shoot that left foot out, fall in triangle. Right arm comes up and overhead. Right hand down, flip that flow. Inside out if you prefer, listening to that still small voice that is always, always right, wild thing. Whether you flip or not, you listen to your intuition. Left arm lifts. Bring it around, kiss your left kneecap. Step it up on its own track of train. Rise up, crescent lunge. Breathe in. Float up. Think light. Float up, L shape. Exhale, right knee in. Set it next to the left foot. Chair pose, Utkatasana. Hands to heart center. Wring it out and twist. Right upper arm outside the left front thigh. Look down. Pull the right heel in. Stabilize through your center. Find your center. Use your core. Step back. Twisted crescent. Breathe. I found that in order to quiet your mind and renew your soul, second warrior, breathe. Turn it into stargazer, heels in, toes out, gaze up. Come into Jiva, back of the house, right leg bends. Pivot around, modified revolve lunge, right arm lifts. Rise up, twisted left arm forward, right arm back. Right hand behind the left hamstring, exalt it. Collect your hands, wring it out and twist. You have to quiet your mind in order to renew it. Bring it up and around. You know where you're going. Second warrior. Choose the thoughts. Flip the left palm, reverse. You choose. Pinwheel your hands down. Move your body through that flow. You exit in the way that serves you best. Maybe you take it out. Maybe you kick it up. Meet back in down dog. Walk your hands back to your feet at the back of your mat. Heel toe your feet apart far enough to get your peace fingers on your big toes. Physically pull them up. Breathe in. Exhale, can you sneak your elbows inside and pull yourself together? Shake the head out. Shake out any of that stinking thinking, any judgment of anybody else, any gossip. We don't want to be the ones talking about that stuff. Shake it out. We don't have to have all those opinions. It matters not. Lift the heart up. How can you edify? How can you help other people realize their best self? Breathe in. Exhale, breathe out. Speak life into them. Feed faith into them. Fold. Release your big toes. Heel toe your feet together at the back of your mat. Come to Utkatasana chair pose. Slip your fingertips alongside your feet. Left hand, left hip. Right hand carries the right shin up. Maybe it's peace fingers around the right big toes. Utthita Hasta Padangusthasana. Left arm lifts. Steady your gaze. Open it up for variation B. Carry the right leg across, standing pigeon. Breathe. Kick the right leg back, bend over the left leg. Praying mantis. Walk your hands out. Breathe. Roll open at the hip. Inner knee, upper tricep. Windshield wipe the right knee over to the left. Maybe you hop on board. Akapada Kundanyasana 1. Come back, shoot it out, fallen triangle. Left hand down, spin it up and around, wild thing. Bring it back, kiss the right kneecap, step it up, high lunge, crescent. Float up, L shape. Exhale, knee to nose, step it, chair pose, hands at heart center. Ring it out, left upper arm outside the right front thigh. Stay here. Either open up or maybe you want to move in to side crow. Come back, but stay in the twist. Look down, pick up the left heel. Steady and stable. Stretch it back. Land that left foot on its own track of train. Use that left upper arm to propel the twist. Up and around, second warrior, stay with it. We're coming around, stargazer. Heels in, toes out, gaze up. Jiva lunge, back of the house. Come around, modified revolve lunge. Right hand down, left arm lifts. Left arm reaches back. Use your core. Rise up, right hand forward. Left hand behind the right hamstring, exalt it. Ring it out and twist. You know where you're going. Up and around. Slow you go, deliberate. Come into second warrior. Breathe. Flip the right palm, peace. Stay here. Straighten the right leg. Reach up and back. Reverse your triangle. Reach out and down. Utthita Trikonasana. Triangle pose. Breathe. Left hand behind your back, possibly top of the right thigh. Soften the right knee, float up. Half bound, half moon. Release that half bind. Connect perhaps a Chapasana connection. Release it, turn it into L shape. Exhale, left knee right in toward your nose. Step it next to the right. Chair pose, breathe. Stand up tall, hook your thumbs, open your heart. Exhale, dive over your legs. Hinge, bend, and fold. Inhale and lengthen. Step or float your body back. Take it through Vinyasa. It's not how you start, it's how you finish. Finish strong. Let your breath revitalize. Let your breath renew and restore your body. You've got this. Walk your hands back to your feet. Heel toe your feet together and come into Utkatasana chair pose, back of the house. Fingertips down by your feet. Right hand, right hip, carry up the left shin. Perhaps peace fingers on the left big toe. Kick it out. Utthita Hasta Padangusthasana. Stand into the variation. Variation B. Open up on the lateral extension. Carry that left leg across. Standing pigeon. creating that 4 shape with your legs. Draw the right hip back. Kick the left leg back. Bend the right leg. Praying mantis, point left toes. Walk your hands out. You've got this. Roll open at the hip. Exhale, left. Inner knee, upper left tricep. Windshield wipe it over. Maybe you shoot it out for the arm balance. Come back, fall your triangle. Right hand down. Maybe you flip that flow. Wild thing. Lift the left arm up. Bring it around. Kiss the left kneecap. Step it up. Come with me. Crescent. We're finishing up. Breathe in. You know where you're going. Float up. L shape. Exhale, right knee to nose. Chair pose. Collect your hands. Wring it out. Maybe you stay. Maybe you come into side crow. Kakasana. Parshva, Kakasana. Stay in the twist. Breathe. Look down at your feet. Right heel comes in. Stretch your right leg back. Let it land. Up and around, second warrior. Turn it into stargazer. Heels in, toes out, gaze up. Jiva lunge, back of the house. Turn it into modified revolve lunge. Rise up, crescent, left arm forward, right hand back. Right hand behind the left. Arc it up and back. Wring it out. Breathe. Can the seam of your left inner thigh lift? Can your thumbs become into the center of your chest? Up and around, you know where you're going. Second warrior. Front of the house. Flip the left palm. Reverse. Yoga resolves. All that chatter in the head, reach up and back, reverse your triangle. It dissolves. Reach out and down. Utthita Trikonasana. Yoga resolves the stirrings of the mind. Maybe right hand behind your back. Maybe top of left thigh. Float up, half bound, half moon. Ardha Chandrasana, shine from the inside out. Maybe release for a Chapasana variation. Release L shape. Go ahead and pull the right knee in. Set it next to the left. Chair pose. Stand up tall. Hook your thumbs, open your heart. Exhale, brush and sweep. Inhale, open up. Exhale, brush and sweep. Inhale, open up. Last time. Exhale, brush and sweep something away that's been stuck. Some kind of deep-seated negative thought. Let it be swept away. Open up. Hands to heart center. Balance and pause. Sit into chair. Reach your arms forward. Turn it into half a chair. Ribs over thighs. Come all the way down. Wrap your arms around your shins. Can you point your toes? Draw in. Breathe. Now, peace fingers around your big toes. Go ahead and levitate your legs up. It's okay if they're bent, matters not. Maybe you extend them. Maybe you straddle them and look up. Can you balance on said sits bones, the bones you sit on? Bring them back together, your legs if they're apart. Bring your hands to heart center. Hold your legs up. Woo! Lower down to hover, like in a canoe, a low boat. Come back up, high boat. Now lower down, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Breathe and move it out. Breathe and move it out. Now hold up top. Plant your feet. Hands go back. Pinky fingers out, thumbs in. Bend your arms. Roll your shoulder heads up and back. Just keep your hips grounded. Now, neutralize your gaze. Flip the thumbs out. Breathe. Bend the arms. Just look up and back. Neutralize your gaze. Flip around again. Thumbs in, pinky fingers out. This time, pop your hips up. Reverse tabletop. Lower your hips down. Slide your legs out long. Forearms come down. Fish pose. Pump your sternum, your breastbone up. Now slide down onto your back. Bend your legs. Feet plant at the width of your hips. Palms down. Feet down. Head down. Hips down. Rise your hips up as you press. Press is not always easy. You want to press on to your higher calling, letting go of things that drag you behind. Let the past go. Just move into this new way of being by choice. Yoga, it has a way of letting the stirrings of the mind settle. Stillness. Hold. Lower your hips back down. Now let your feet come to the width of your mat. Keep your knees bent. Go ahead and tee your arms and just allow your knees to rinse right and left. Like windshield wipers. Breathe. Yoga resolves the stirrings of the mind. One of the biggest harms in our life can be against our own thoughts, especially when they're unguarded. So we want to learn to take captive our thoughts. Let the knees rinse away any negative thinking. Think the best of others. Think the best of yourself. We're all doing the best we can with what we have, where we're at. Now rinse the knees to the left and hold. Look over to the right. Breathe. Rinse your knees right. Look over to the left. Beautiful. Now find happy baby. Your variation, if you want something different, bring your hands inside, wrap them around the outside edges of your feet, and just find a gentle shift. Your tailbone is drawing down, your spine is lengthening. And then as you release your happy baby, slide right on out into our final resting pose, Shavasana. This is the place you give yourself full and complete permission to rest. Maybe you tuck your shoulder blades in. Let your legs splay out, your feet. Maybe your arms are a little wider than you normally do, palms up, just being ready to receive the blessings of this day. Now just know that you have an invitation to stay right here. Maybe 5, maybe 10, 15, 20 minutes today. Just turn the video off. We will connect again. And if you're coming with me, just begin to bring movement back. Bring it back to your padas and your hastas. Your hastas being your hands, your padas being your feet. That circular motion. Making that shift as you bend your knees over onto the right side and just pausing. Yoga resolves the stirrings of the mind. Be very mindful of the movies that we create. Press yourself back up into your day. Choose to still your mind. Sweep your arms out and up on the inhalation. Carry the gifts, the graces, the blessings you've been given. Seal them together into your heart along with your purpose for today's practice, your wish, your prayer. Let it bring peace, contentment, stillness, and a way of choosing the thoughts that stay in our mind. Let them be good ones. Remember the good. Choose the good. Choose what's true, what's lovely, what's pure. Talk about that. And then let's look up and finish off with one Om to Home. Sip your breath in. Om. Now go on out and be a blessing. Namaste.